Welcome to Augie Dance, where we talk about West Coast swing, country, ballroom, salsa, bar style, all kinds of partner dancing. And I'm here with my guest, Terry Roseborough, aka T Rose, aka Sexy Chocolate.
Word.
Right? Do you have any other nicknames? No, that's
You
it,
got
right?
Terry Rose, Bro, Sexy Chocolate. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
awesome. Now, I want to start with my first question, which was, how long have you been dancing?
Dude, I've been doing, if dancing, if you're talking about just dancing, I've been dancing since I was in diapers.
Wow.
Yeah, my mother told me that my aunt, I think her name, they called her Pinky, that she used to dance, she used to dance with me all the time as a baby. And so she'd hold me up. Well, I got to loving that I wanted like be with her and dance with her so bad that I actually got up and started to walk just because I wanted to dance with her. And my mom told me that story. I was like, I did? It's like, yes, you did. I'm like, wow, that's a cool story. But I wish I
He doesn't
remembered
need
that.
he needs to dance.
He needs to dance. I want to dance. I want to dance. So yeah, my Aunt Pinky was responsible for that, but she's passed. So I
Oh,
couldn't tell her, as I got older, I don't even remember her really. I just kind of have this, I don't know, it's like a faint memory, but I don't know if it's just an image because my mom told me the story, you know what I mean? But it's like you have these flashes that you remember something when you were young of the past, and it's almost like I remember some of it, but probably not remembering getting up and walk. You know what I'm saying?
now partner dancing. Um, how did you get into that?
That's an interesting story because I was junior in high school, and there was a girl named Tina Miles, and I don't remember the conversation per detail with the details, but I remember this. She told me about this dance called two step. I didn't know what it was, and she showed me the dance, and because I was already doing street dance and stuff like that, and I wanted to learn different dances and more knowledge, because dance is fun. And so she showed it to me, and I was like, oh, I think I want to learn that. So she practiced with me at school in the hallways. I wasn't scared. And, in high school, all kinds of things
Did
happened,
you
right?
skip
And dancing
class?
was, no, no, thank God I get in trouble. But, well, anyway.
For other things.
Yeah,
No,
right. There you
right?
go. There you go.
Okay.
So she taught me to dance in the hallways in high school. And when we uh, found out that the seniors, we're juniors, the seniors were going out to this bar called Caravan. Some of the bouncers were letting them in the back door. So me and my sister actually went with those seniors and got into this club. So my eyes were like, I'm looking at the club and I'm seeing all these people and all this music and this dancing. The girls are dancing in the arms of these cowboys and not just cowboys. And I'm like, okay, I want to do this. So she got me on the floor and I was hooked. I was ready. I'm like, I want to do this. And I saw all the dancing being done. I'm like, oh, they're doing what I'm doing, but obviously more and better. I really want to learn this. So after looking and putting everything together, I'm like, this is what I wanted. I'm going to master this dance and I am going to be better than everybody in this club because why? I wanted them girls.
Them girls.
Honest to goodness truth, bro. The women got me into it. So I give it up to my friend Tina Miles in high school and going out to that club. Got me
Nice.
into it. Yes, sir.
Now, going out to the club, right? Or just
To
out
the
dancing.
club.
Yeah. Or just out dancing. What are some of the things that you would like to see in the dance community that you don't see enough of?
For dance community and dance, like just use Tulsa, for example. I lived in Dallas too and in Kansas. What I like to see is communities come together. You've got ballroom, you've got the Latin, you've got the country, you've got the street dance, hip hop, whatever is all under that umbrella. And then you've got your swing dances. It'd be nice to see all the community comes together. It could be challenging, but it doesn't mean that the effort can't be made, but it takes the leaders in the community to get together and make that happen. I'm sure it's happened somewhere. Like for instance, in in Chicago, I talked to three different groups there, leaders of the groups there, and they told me themselves that they actually had to sit down in a powwow and talked about it, and now they've been thriving for several years working together,
Oh wow.
having their parties, and they don't step on each other's toes. they talk to each other to make it work. And I would like to see that happen in all communities.
Man, you're absolutely right
That would be
about
tight.
that. It's very rare for that to happen. Yeah, but that community gets better in the long run. Now, what are some things for yourself that you do to get better?
For me, always believe in learning from others. So private lessons, getting together with another pro. And it's not always that the pros that I learn from. When I teach, I learn actually from teaching my students and how they learn and stuff like that. There's always something new that you catch you haven't seen before. And then you figure it out, or you apply something that you've never had in your repertoire of teaching before. So private lessons, uh, learn from my teaching, self-train, learn other dances, not just West Coast swing, but other forms of dances.
Now, Terry, the other thing that I wanted to ask you is I wanted to talk to you about some of the memorable moments that you've had in your dance career and how they affected you.
Well, actually, I've had several doing this dance for 30 years, over 3 decades actually. I've seen a lot, done a lot, been around a lot, and well, one memorable moment is finding the dance. My first dance lesson. This is how this came about. This story still sits with me, resonates with me in an interesting way, because it came out of all this that I am today came out of a negative. So that's pretty cool, right? So when I was teaching two-step, not at a group class or anything like that, there were some people that wanted to learn here and there. So I teach them, kind of privately, but I wasn't doing it for a living. And there was these three hot girls that wanted to learn how to do two-step. And I knew this other guy that was a great dancer, but he wasn't into teaching. And he said, hey, Terry, these girls want to learn two-step. Will you teach them? I said, yes. So I set up the lessons with them. And one of the girls that was at the lesson told me, hey, she's like, there's this, have you done this dance or heard of this dance called West Coast Swing? Never heard of it. I was like, no. But again, I'm interested. This is a new dance. So I'm like, hey, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. She goes, there's some lessons at this house, this guy named John Swartz. He taught a lot of people back in the day, and it was in the neighborhood that I lived, and I didn't know it. So she gave me the address. I went to the lesson. She was supposed to be there. She was a no-show.
Oh,
yeah. So I was waiting outside to go into the house to meet these people I didn't know. Strange house, and she never showed. Well, time was getting time was like it's getting late. I need to get in there if I'm going to do it or go home. So I said, I'm here. I want to do this. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to be a quitter. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to show her. I'm going to learn this without her. And if I ever see her, she gonna regret it, because I'm telling it's like if she ever see me now, she definitely regret it. And I went in for the lesson, met the people that were nice, learned the basic steps to the dance, and I was freaking hooked. That was very memorable for me because I had to prove something because of her no-show. Wow. And if I hadn't done that, I don't know if I'd be doing this dance. So I'm glad that she did that. You know what I'm saying?
Left you hanging.
Yeah, women. No, I'm just teasing. So another memorable moment. Right. Yes, beautimous, fabulous, fantabulous. One other memorable moment was winning my first U.S. Open. It was in 1991, but it was the third year that I'd been there. I'd gotten second in '89, which was memorable in itself because it was my first one there, my first time at the Open.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Huh?
No, I said if you ain't first, you're last.
Well, some actually think that, but you know what? I love second, because it's not first, but still, it's an achievement, and I liked it. I definitely thank God I wasn't last. I've had a few of those. But that third year, 89, 99, I won. That third year, I finally won, and it was a Jack and Jill with a person I'd never ever danced with before, and the way she danced with me just shocked my world. But it was still a great chemistry together as we worked together. And these were two different styles: California and Oklahoma, Texas. That's my combination of my style I learned in Oklahoma, and also spent a lot of time in Texas living with Mario Robal, my buddy Mario Bao. I lived with him for 3 years and learned a heck of a lot from him. And that's formed me. But that combination together, California and Texas, was like, how's that going to work? Obviously, it worked out well. So that was very memorable for me. I was like, oh my God, I won. Because I didn't expect it. But I had a dang good time.
Wow.
She rocked my world.
Apparently.
Yeah,
If you still remembering it.
I'll
like
never
that,
forget
yeah.
it. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And
There's one more.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one
Ooh,
more. This
more.
one I love.
One more.
Around about 1993, I had danced in the 1993 Miss USA pageant. That one I still love. I still love now.
I think I saw a video of that.
Oh, did you really?
I think I saw a video of
Actually,
that.
it's on YouTube.
Man.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
The YouTubes.
This was on VHS, dude.
Oh, wow.
That's how long ago it was. So it's like the copy is not, it's not in HD. So you can still see it, but that was so awesome. 51 gorgeous women, from around the United States, and meeting all of them and getting to talk to them and dance with them and get close and connected.
Get
It was
numbers?
Yeah, I got a couple, but anyway. Yeah, it was nice.
Nice.
I was living in Kansas at that time, and Miss Kansas was gorgeous. Oh, this girl was gorgeous, gorgeous blonde. And it was an audition, and I made the audition. I got through the audition, and I was nervous as heck because I'd never done anything like this before. So, whizzed through the audition. Then when it came time for the choreography for the main, for the show, they were dancing to a Broadway version of Boo Scootin' Boogie. I was like, this is different, but hey, it is what it is. And so I danced to it, but they were having some issues. The choreographer was phenomenal, was having trouble with a certain piece. So she found out that I taught. So I got to choreograph a little piece for that show. And it's a very small segment, because when they do things like this, they cut out stuff, and they do a lot of collecting. So you have a lot of panoramic, I guess the word is to say, from one, clip or whatever to the other. So it's like goes fast. And it's only like, a few seconds, but there's a piece there that I choreographed for that. So it's kind of cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I was chocolate wrapped in all white, baby.
I think I remember that. I saw that. I did see that. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, don't laugh.
Yeah, no, not at all, man.
Chocolate white wrap drop. That was memorable. I love that.
Wow. And the other thing that I wanted to say was, well, actually, didn't want to say, but, you kind of inspired this question, which was, how can we make this dance better?
It's funny that you say that, because being in it so long, you see the changes, and the changes are not the problem. It's how the changes are being done. It's like so drastic, so, for lack of a better word, that the mindset to me has been trying to get too far away from what was, and things should change. Change is inevitable, and in order to evolve and improve and get better, that has to happen, right? So that's fine. But whenever you leave the origin of it like it never existed, like it wasn't important, that's just wrong. So it should always move forward with it. You don't have to look the same or do the same, but keep that in mind when you're moving to something new. Yes, you've got new creative moves, but still let the dance be seen, because the foundation of the dance should always be seen. When you learn the dance, for instance, if someone from the street never seen the dance, never had the basics, and all they see is what is new today, that doesn't represent what you learn in class. So that makes no sense to me.
What did you see when you first saw it? Like, what was your first impression of?
My first view of it was a lesson.
Okay.
And it was something different that I'd never seen, because I'd never done anything like that. So it's fascinating to me. And I'm like, oh, this is something I don't know. And I love a challenge. So I'm going to conquer it. And I learned it pretty fast. And I was like, oh, this is fun. I got this. So I wasn't discouraged. And I wouldn't be discouraged because it would be a challenge. But it was kind of easy for me. So I definitely wanted to keep doing it, because I want more. Give me some more. there's got to be some more to this. You know, it's like, this is the basics. I know that it moves on from here. Give it to me. So I was excited and I embraced it.
There's a few of my friends that I kind of introduced to West Coast Swing,
Mm-hmm.
and I love to see their expression and how they view it if they've never seen anything like it in their lives. And one of them was they said, you know, it looks like there's a bunch of Michael Jacksons in here doing the moonwalk. You know, so that's my impression of West Coast Swing, from my friends. You know, but,
Moonwalk.
you know, yeah, that's all they saw, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, wow.
You know, but you know, the rolling of the feet and everything like that.
Oh,
would
okay,
make
okay.
it
I
seem that
thought you
way.
mean people were actually
Yeah,
moonwalking.
yeah. No, they were moonwalking.
Because I moonwalked.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to
So,
see the dance move, but it's like, I think there should be a balance. Old and new should blend, should mix, should mingle, should come together. Old and new should work together, and when you have a divide, that never is good for anybody. Definitely not good for the community. So if old and new can come together, I mean, even older people and younger people, because that pretty much is kind of the divide, and that's a problem. It should come together and learn how to dance with each other and respect uh, old and new in each other. That's my thing. I think that will. I mean, how can that not better the dance?
yeah,
Fix the divide, and you don't have that problem anymore.
I one of the most hurtful comments I've ever heard, right,
Ooh.
was, "Oh man, yeah." It was kind of like, you know, a guy that just, you know, I ran into and came to our dance, and he was like, "There's too many old people here,"
Oh.
and I was like, "Man, I wanted to kick him out so bad, I really did," but I held it in. I held my tongue, and I was like, "Hey, man, like, they're the ones that are feeding this dance. These are the people that are that are putting in the, like, you know, their money to help the community the most, and or even like help the yeah, the instructors be able to do this full time, you know, and you're over here taking like one group class a month, and then you come over here and tell me, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
too many old people, you know,
Mm-hmm. The
not
older people,
cool at
those
all.
the funding that comes from the older people. Like when you have sponsors for different things at different events, they're not coming from young people.
Yeah,
The older people are the ones that got the money, for the most part. So it's like you need to like have a little bit more respect. That's just my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and man, if you can, if you're listening to this, just, you know, come
Yep.
together, guys. Really, we're all here for each other, and you know,
You get better joy and peace out of that. It's like togetherness is always provides strength. Division never provides that. You know, you better. It's like you've heard that phrase before. Stronger together. That is so true. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. It's not happening, but just imagine that happening, and see if you don't get a good feeling out of it. You know what I'm saying?
that's
Just a
a
thought.
that's a great note to end this interview. Thank you for joining me, Terry. It was a
Hey, it's
pleasure
my
having
pleasure, my
you.
brother. It's my pleasure.
Now, what is one way to, or several ways to get in touch with you?
You know, I got a Facebook page. I've got, you know, Terry Roseborough Facebook page. I've got Terry Roseborough T Rose. That's another page. But actually, just my name, Terry Roseborough, is the main one. Also, my number is 918-381-2441, and my email is tdogday. That's TDOGDAY@gmail.com.
Awesome.
That's it.
Well, guys, we'll catch you on the dance floor. Thank you for joining us, and stick around for some bloopers after the video.
Sexy chocolate. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Is it too long to not know that this is a Florida?
Girl, that don't mean nothing. I can jack up anything. Oh my God, yeah. So how's it pronounced?
Florida Lee.
Oh, that's simple?
And I'm a Mississippi girl. Come on now.
I'm not.
You want any more pizza there?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm a little uppers. south.
Upper South.
Right? Y'all going back down to the ballroom? Enjoy.